also known as the Gold Digger Girl, and special guest, Elise Smith. What's up, Elise?
What's up? I'm excited to be here.
Me too. This is so awesome. And I have you to thank for this webinar because I didn't even know about this amazing tool. And the power of proximity and collaboration and just us boss babes helping each other out is so powerful. And I just want to thank you for introducing me to what we're going to talk about today, and welcome on. This is so exciting. So I'd love for y'all to comment below when it comes to automation. That's what we're going to focus on in our time together. When it comes to automation, where are you at? What's the word to describe automation in your business? Like you're just like, I'm crushing it. Maybe you drop a fire emoji or maybe a poop emoji. It's totally up to you. But where are you right now in your business when it comes to automation? Because if you've ever watched me, you've watched Elise, other people that you follow, and you're like, how are they doing all of the things that I'm seeing? Because Elise and I put out more content than anyone. How are they doing all of these things and running their businesses and being with their families? We're both very present with our kids and our spouses, like traveling. Like, how are they doing all of that? It's automation, you guys. So we're really excited to share this with you. So just put in the comments, what is your jam right now when it comes to automation? Is it happening? Is it not? Also, someone invited you to this webinar. Please tag them in the comments below. Okay. We want to make sure they know you're here. So just to kick this off, I think most of you guys know me. I'd love for you to introduce yourself, Elise. Can you share with everyone a little bit about you, what you do, just how you got into social media, automation, just being a boss? Please introduce yourself.
Of course. So Elise Smith, I am the founder and owner of Socially Awesome, where I help entrepreneurs make it simple on social media, implementing simple social strategies. So I did social media marketing, digital marketing in the corporate space for about 5 years in a very large franchise of a quick service restaurant. Quickly realized that we needed two incomes to be the family we needed to be, but also couldn't seem to get all the things and have all the time with my kids that I needed. So I left the corporate world, started my brand. I'm in network marketing currently. I'm in affiliate marketing. I also own an agency. I do consulting. So I do all of these different, assets and facets of social media marketing, but I can't be in all the places at one time. So that's why automation is such a big key for me, because I've got all of these businesses and I want all of these businesses because I want multiple streams of income. I've been in that spot before where I was a stay-at-home mom. My husband lost his job. We had no income. So I'm a big believer of multiple streams of income, but I also believe you can't stretch yourself so thin. I've been in that place since being a full-time entrepreneur. Last June is when I jumped into it. I have found several times where I'm like, okay, I'm doing too many things. You kind of step away from like, why did I start this business? I started this business for more time freedom. So how do I get more time freedom? Okay, well, I need to automate the things that I'm doing over and over and over. So this tool is incredible. I'm excited to share it today because there's so many different pieces to it. It's not only allowed me to replace a lot of the things that I was doing daily, but also incorporate things that I had been having on my wish list forever. And that's where I'm excited to share, because
you're like, I know I should be doing that, but I'm not. Can anyone relate to that? Put me in the comments, you guys.
Yeah, so many conversations that either you and I had, or I had someone in my downline, or a side friend that's also an entrepreneur, and I'm going, I really got to do this, or I really got to do that, and I would never get around to it. And that's just because it wasn't necessarily that money-making activity until I did it. And then I was like, whoa, that really helped me with my views or my, so you don't think it's a money-making activity until it happens. So that's where this tool's really played a lot for me. So I'm in all things social media marketing, just to round it out.
Cool. Yeah, it's definitely your jam. And I had an opportunity to meet you in our programs. And now I get to coach with you because you're an accelerator. And I've said it to you many times, but you remind me so much of myself when I got onto social, because you got in and you implement quick. Like I'll say something to you, I don't know if you remember, but there was a time when you said, oh, I did create that course. Like you had created a course so quickly that you'd forgotten you created the course. Like you get it done. So
in a weekend. I did it in a weekend.
Right. And that's boss mode. And I know a lot of you watching this want to do all the things, but you just can't seem to get it together. And so what we both recognize in ourselves is that we are achievement oriented. We can go hard. We can go fast. We can just work. And we don't want to do that. We want to be with our families. We don't want to feel burnt out. And so Getting systems in place, you guys, this is why it's such a huge part of our programs and the structure of Goal Digger, our company, is that you're only as good as your system. So if you want to write that down, your business is only as good as your systems that you have in place, because you can't just wing it forever. You'll see that you'll have ups and downs in your revenue. You'll feel burnt out. It really is going to be based on your systems, is going to be how successful you are. So we're going to share a tool today with you called My Go Cards. If somebody else introduced you and brought you into our community and has shared this with you, or introduced you and invited you to this webinar, if you want to move forward with this, when we get to the end, I want you to connect with them. Okay. That's your instructions. Get back with that person, because it is there is an affiliate component to it. We want to make sure they get credit for it. So our intention today for this webinar is Elise and I, what we're going to do is share with you what it is doing in our businesses and why we're so excited about it and what it can do for you. So the specifics, the tactical, that will come when you actually become a part of this program. So the first thing I wanted to share with you guys, and we can talk through this, is this software. It's called My Go Cards. It can allow you to schedule out your content through your personal profile. You can do it for groups too, but your personal profile. Put me in the comments if you love the idea of actually coming in and scheduling out your content in your personal profile, because obviously you have a social media agency. I'm sure there's all kinds of software and platforms that you use, and they don't allow that, do they?
No, and this is from your desktop too, which is something that, there's very few and far between people that can schedule on the Facebook app. Your profile had to be selected for it. It also is intermittently works. We all know Meta will go in and out, in and out. Yep. This is a proven tool to use. So I highly recommend using it, and you can do it from your desktop, which is important.
Which is great. And if you want to just post something, just type something out and hit enter. Those pop up in the newsfeed really well and breaks it up. The other ones, some of our favorites is the colorful backgrounds that you can choose with Facebook. It loves it when you use organic content and just create from scratch like that. You can do it through this platform, through the app, and that way you can actually schedule out even those colorful backgrounds. I mean, just imagine, boom, my post is done for the day, and then you can just go on or plan out your whole week. So that one's an easy one, but we wanted to share that with you guys. The other thing is, how many of you would like to be able to invite your friends to your Facebook group, but in a way where you have a personalized message? You don't get stuck in Facebook jail, or maybe you want to invite to your business page. This is going to allow you to invite people to your Facebook group. And as you've done many times in your group, Elise, and we teach, you want to have stuff happening in your Facebook group that you can invite to, instead of just saying, hey, you want to come join my group? But it could be this month, or next week I'm doing a whole thing on Facebook groups. Come learn how to grow your Facebook group. And you can invite people into your Facebook group community. So that's the easy one. But imagine having that happening in the background. Because we've all done it, right? Where we're like, oh, I need to go through my friends list and invite people. I think we actually teach that in our programs, and we're not doing it because it's the mundane, the monotonous, just not getting around to it.
Yeah. Yep. And you can do it for and there's no group limit too. So personally, I am the admin of multiple groups. So if I wanted to alternate between what group I'm growing at the time, or if I wanted to turn one group off and turn the other one on the next day, depending on what you're leading with content, but you should know your own strategy for that. But there's no group limit. And other softwares I've seen will have a limit and say, oh, you got to pay extra to have 2 groups. You got to pay extra to have 3 groups. So that was a big ticket for me as well, having no limit on group amounts.
Yes. Okay, perfect. And I couldn't see you guys' comments. Now I can, so I'll keep an eye out. We'll give you a special link. The link that I have a link, Elise has a link. So if you are connected with either of us, I see a couple other ladies on here that are affiliate for this. Use their link. Okay. We're huge advocates of collaboration, supporting each other. So with that affiliate style, but there's a special link you're going to want to get from them. You don't want to just go Google it. So make sure you get it from someone in our community. And it's called My Go Cards. Okay. The next thing we wanted to tell you guys is, I'm so excited about this one. Are you guys ready to crush your Facebook groups? And what I mean by this is, I want you to imagine they come in to your Facebook group, they answer the entry questions that you have. Who here has accepted somebody and forgot to capture their info? Imagine all of their info is automatically captured onto a spreadsheet automatically. You can set it up where they go onto your email list. You can email them a welcome email if you like. But for those of you that don't have your email list going, you can have it where it automatically sends them a DM from you, and you can vary it up. And you say, hey, Pamela, hey, Anya, I'm so excited to have you in our community. You can automatically DM your new members and tag them on the post of your choice. I mean, drop the mic. This, to me, is such a game changer.
It is a game changer. And it's pretty cool too. There's some techie stuff behind it. But what I found fascinating was the back office part of this software. When I accept someone into my group, it actually tells me how many mutual groups we're in, how many friends we have in common. Like it tells me a lot of data about that person. So imagine, you're looking for prospects, you're looking for leads, and that's not why we do these businesses, to provide value. But imagine looking at it and saying, wow, we got a lot in common. Like that is something you can talk to somebody about immediately, right? You're always looking for a reason to talk to people. There you go. Oh, we got 40 mutual groups in common. That's a huge ticket. So I'm a data junkie with it when it comes to some of that stuff too. But
no, I think that's smart, because then you have intel going into it, right? And yes, there's a replay. Yes. Because the thing is with building relationships, and my strength is Messenger. I do one-on-one calls now, but for years I, pat myself on the back that I never got on the phone with anybody. And, was a top enroller, obviously, bringing people in our coaching business for really high ticket. Why? Because I was so effective and am effective in Messenger. That's because I'm really good at asking questions and gathering intel. Well, this is a way to do that. Like the more you know about somebody that you have in common, you can quickly build rapport and make that connection. The other thing is, who here has a group that you haven't captured their information? You're like, I don't know what they answer for the entry questions. I don't have their information. You can actually, if they've provided within Facebook, any group, not just your own, so obviously don't abuse this, you can actually download all of the data from your Facebook group members. You can get their phone numbers, if that's in there, their emails. And then obviously you want to do double opt-ins to get approval to communicate with them, right? Get their permission.
Right.
But today, you guys, you could export your whole list of your Facebook group members and start email marketing or text message campaigns today. So instead of just posting and praying or wondering why people aren't engaging, get on the horse. Like you can get in the driver's seat with this.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm super pumped about that. And you know how I am about Facebook groups.
Yeah.
Now, who here, this is so much fun. I feel like we're just giving surprise after surprise.
I know.
It's Christmas in March. Who here knows that they're not keeping up with their polls and their stories? And the 24 hours goes by and you're like, right. And we can go to the archives and check that out. But wouldn't it be neat if you could set up automation in your polls, or even if somebody just views your story, right? Maybe they don't vote on the poll, but you could set up automation. So if you did a poll about, hey, here's my journey. I've lost, I know you're on a health and wellness journey right now, Elise. There's a lot of stuff on your wall about your journey. Maybe you do. Actually, didn't you just do an awesome story in it?
Yeah. So I recently did a story about, joining my health and wellness company. And I did something along the lines of like, if I had a 4-minute video that could tell you about my health and wellness company, would you want it?
Boom.
And a poll of yes or no, I'd want it or I wouldn't want it. And if they voted yes, it automatically DM them with a message I had set up. And you set up the segments. So this is something you'll learn,
we'll show you how. Yeah.
But you set up a couple different options so that you don't get flagged for Facebook jail, but it alternates those two. And so y'all, I set it and forget it. And like, I had hundreds, like 115 people that voted on that poll. And social media marketing tip, I'll tell you as well, just like a side, this is kind of opinion, but never make your polls yes, yes, and yes. Like give them a no option, because even if it was a no, I had something that went to them too, that just thanked them for voting. And that boosts my engagement.
Oh, so absolutely.
That you can set it and set that no, I see, you voted on my poll. Thank you so much for engaging with me. And that's going to help your engagement. So
yeah. And you had 150 people. Well, you guys think about it this way. If you have 10 here, 5 here, 50, we think that's not important. It adds up every single day. if you made it a goal where one story had some kind of poll feature rotating through your different offers, you got to change it up, right? But you want to, obviously, we teach you these things, but you want to make sure you're bringing them into your story, sharing your journey. But imagine where you can just have the options for the poll, boom, DM them automatically.
Right.
And then they're engaging. Well, yeah, that crushes your engagement, which we'll talk about in a minute. But also now you're in Messenger, which we just talked about. And it's not techie at all. We have a bonus for you guys at the end to help you if you feel like you're tech challenged. You don't have to be techie for this at all, which is another really cool thing about it. So huge fans of that.
And if they react to it too. So like, even if you decided to use one where you put like heart this story if you want more info, or heart this story if you want to know where I got this shirt or whatever, you can set up automation around any type of reaction on your story. So
yeah. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay. Who here has heard about AI? And you're like, how can I utilize AI? I think, honestly, it's the buzz. It's what everyone's talking about for a good reason, because it is going to allow us to tap into tools that automate things a little bit, but we're using artificial intelligence to our advantage. So it's not going to replace the human connection. So that's why we all have job security. What we do as coaches and consultants and network marketers. And we do want to tap into these tools. So one of the tools inside of this platform is you can use AI to be able to generate posts. So and you can go ahead and just schedule them right in there. But this software can actually, you can give it a little intel of what kind of content you want it to create for you. And then it's in the background, it can constantly be generating posts. And then you can say, yes, no, I like that. I don't like that. But if you're ever stuck on content and it doesn't come naturally for you, that AI tool is going to be a game changer.
Oh, 100%. And you can train this tool, which is something I haven't seen with other softwares. So like Kimberly style, if you like Michelle Cunningham style, if you like Ray Higdon style, like whatever, you can actually go to those people's posts and you say, like, I can't remember the actual word, if it says save or whatnot, but I think it says train. Like
training. Training
AI. And I have other AI software, and I'm excited because this one tool is going to allow me to stop paying for the other AI software. Because I'm like, how many softwares can I get rid of with this?
No, let's consolidate.
So you could, So I'm really excited about the fact that you can train this, this, because the other ones like ChatGPT and all that, you can't train it. You can't train it. Right. So.
Right. And I'm a big fan of that. But yeah, that's huge. I mean, have you ever seen somebody where you're just like, I love the way they write because it resonates with you, but you just naturally can't do that. You can tell it. I want to emulate this in my own way and then mimic that.
Right.
So the next thing is really what got me when you first told me about this, that piqued my interest. In full transparency, you guys, as somebody who's been on social media for years now, and I have a huge reach across platforms, my algorithm takes a hit as well. Like, meaning I can't always be top of the newsfeed. I can't always get a gazillion likes on my stuff on Instagram. Like, I feel it as well. And so I'm always looking for ways to boost my own rankings and algorithms and all of that. So I noticed my story views have dropped quite a bit, and down to like 30 views a story. And I used to get way more than that. Mine are back up to about 400. Sometimes I'll hit big peaks of higher than that. But that is a better number for me to be at, because if I'm going to create that content, can you share with everyone what you've experienced with your story views going up and just your engagement as a whole, and why you think that is?
Yes. So there is a tool called the Disconnector. And for this tool, it is something that takes a while to run. So it's like one of those things that you set overnight. Okay. But it scans your entire friends list, and it makes a list of these people are not active on social media any longer. These people have never engaged with your stuff. These people, I know, like, you might not have seen it. Like, some of them, I went to their profile and it doesn't look like they've posted anything since we've been in college, So maybe they're just not on there anymore, right?
Yeah.
But it tells you how many messages you've had with someone. It'll tell you all of this information. But the best part is, if they're not active or they're not engaging, they're taking a spot, right? Once you get to 5,000 friends, you're out. You got to follow you at that point. And if they follow you, the downside to the follower part is they may or may not get your inbox messages, because if you're not friends, it might go to their spam folder. So you want to have as many friends as you can that are engaged with you. So with the click of a button, you can just disconnect from all these people I've selected. So I'll select 300-400 that just aren't engaging and we just haven't had a conversation, never been in my DMs. Like, I told you happy birthday, you didn't say nothing. Okay, cool. Bye. And like, just boom, in a matter of a few minutes. And that my story views were like you said, at like 40 at one point. And I was like, this is embarrassing. Like, I've got 30,000 followers. Like, I'm embarrassed at this point. My stories suck, right? I'm like, what is going on? I mean, I'm sitting here going like, what do I have to do? Like, what do I have to do at this point? Like, why are people not seeing it? And then I've had stories, I sent you screenshots, some of them back up to in the thousands. And I was like, oh my gosh, people are starting to see my stuff. I've had posts that I've gotten 1,000 shares. Like, I just,
that is so amazing.
And I can tell when it's time to do a clean out again. Like, I did it about, I don't do it that often because I want to give people enough time to engage with me. But I did it about a month ago when I first got the software, a little over a month ago. And I'm looking at it now going, it's time to do another clean out because my last couple of posts haven't gotten the engagement that my other posts were getting. And that's just because I'm constantly connecting with people a day, which is, we'll talk about that here shortly.
But that's huge. You guys can put, if you're going to connect with me and I invited you, just put #auto and I'll set up the automation later today. I'm not going to message you, but I will send you the link to enroll. Okay. If someone else invited you, just use the @ symbol and tag them or shoot them a DM and just ask them for the link. Okay. For the disconnector to unfriend people, you can whitelist. Yes. So if you have someone that passed away or, for me, a lot of it's, it's funny. Actually, my husband came up on the list of people.
So did I.
And he's like, oh my, I was making fun of him and we were just messing around. But my point in saying that is you can whitelist it. I will tell you, we've been using another tool for years and we pay for it. After they run the report, I have 5,000 friends on Facebook. I'll usually have 1,500 inactive. You don't think that hurts your algorithm? It does. It tells Facebook 1,500 people don't like your stuff. Okay. So it's not a popularity contest. It's quality over quantity. Then I have to pay staff members or yourself to unfriend those people. And it takes forever. So like you said, set it and forget it. 300 people, 400 people. The other thing, it is with one of the other, their Chrome extensions is how it works. But you can actually tell it to uninvite pending friend requests that haven't accepted. You guys, guess how many I had of pending friend requests? I didn't realize it because I would just see people and I want to network with. 600 pending friend requests over the last few years that I never canceled the request.
I had like 900.
Oh, okay. That makes me feel better. I was like, okay, you guys, if you have 600 or 900, do you think that helps your account that people aren't accepting it? No, that's bad. So I hit a button.
You were maxed out on friends.
What?
People couldn't accept our request because we're maxed out on friends.
Oh,
that was my problem.
Not cool.
People couldn't accept it because I was maxed out on friends. So they were just telling the algorithm all these things like she's a robot because of all of this. So that's my vote. People were messaging me saying I can't accept your friend request, but thanks for thinking
about that. Yeah. Okay. And we all, like, for those of us that have worked on building our list, we probably have that 5,000, right? Somebody had 986. That's awesome. We'll have to have a contest to see who has the most pending friend requests and we can just get rid of it. But this is what's so beautiful. I literally hit a button and I just watched them go away. I was like, this is incredible. By the way, if you're a VA, and you're like, oh no, this is going to replace. No, it's not. We're going to talk to you about how this is actually going to help you make more money. Okay. So yeah, don't worry about any of that. It's actually, it's just all how you look at it. Okay. So Elise, I know you've been digging into this. I definitely played with it and I was in love. Tell us about LinkedIn.
Okay. So LinkedIn is still in the beta mode, which is exciting because that means they're still working on bringing new things to the table, right? But currently what is working, can I share my screen? I'll show you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll share my screen and show y'all a little bit about what I have LinkedIn wise. Let's see. Okay. And
try this.
I'm going to move you over here.
Okay.
Can we see?
I'll go like that.
Can we see LinkedIn? Yeah. Okay. All right. So LinkedIn, it will automatically send, I'll show you. Here. Okay. I'm just going to show you really quick. So you could do an autoresponder. So if I'm away from my desk or I'm not on LinkedIn, it will automatically send a message to people that say, hey, this is Elise's robot. She's away from her desk right now. Whatever you want it to say, right? You can set it up to say whatever you want it to say. Auto wisher. So you can actually wish people a happy birthday, work anniversary. You can label and tag people, and I'll show you that here in just a second. And then, like we said, with the message settings, you can set multiple different messages to stay out of LinkedIn jail, because LinkedIn jail is just as real as Facebook jail. What it does is allows you to label people. So I've got some connections I've made in the last day that I need to go back and label, but it allows me to label people with a color. So if you're not familiar, I work with franchises. And so I've got them labeled by company, like what company. I've got to make a label for this one. This is a new company I reached out to. Same here, but I'm able to go in and label these people, what type of franchise they have. I can tag them. So if I wanted to tag and say, oh, we're in the same, I met this guy at, Chamber of Commerce or whatever. Like I could have all these different tags of how I met people. So without giving too much personal information for these people in conversations, they now just made our webinar. We gave them some free PR, but you can do, it's like a CRM. Do you want me to talk about the Facebook?
Yeah. Can you show the CRM? That was, we were going to talk about that. You can create a sales funnel. If you guys have heard of a pipeline, where you're like, okay, we have a prospect. Now they're, I've told them about it. I've invited them to a webinar. Like you're moving them through your funnel. You can do that right here. So it would replace the CRM if you're paying for another one.
Look, I've got all these open conversations, all these conversations happening while we're on here. But so let me scroll down a little bit. I don't want to show anybody's personal information, but my team's killing it, by the way. I must say that. But we have different colors here. You could set different colors. So I've got like if they're family and friends, if they're one of my promoters, they're a prospect, somebody I'm talking to about the business, if they're in the goal digger community. Some people aren't labeled. Maybe I don't have a way to categorize them yet, or they may have just commented on the story. I've got to create that connection still, or figure out how I want to connect with them. Look, Lindsay, I'm going to label her gold digger community. She's in the gold digger community with us. Bo is with my Go card, so I'm going to connect him. Like you can connect with people and label them different ways. And then the best part about it is you can send a broadcast. So just like broadcast or so if I want to send a broadcast out, if I go through and label everyone that's in my Facebook group, I can go and send a broadcast and to everyone that's got my Facebook group label and say, hey guys, don't forget my multiple streams of income masterclass is happening next week. Get registered, and it will automatically. How many of you are paying a VA or doing that yourself right now, inviting every person in your group individually to something? It takes forever. Like every time I have a masterclass, I have my team invite 30 people a day, and it takes weeks. Yeah. The bigger your group gets, the longer it takes. So you're able to schedule that broadcast. You can also have labels and you can have tags. So people can be labeled and tagged different ways. So someone that's in my Facebook group, I'll use Sharon. I love Sharon. I don't think she'll mind. But Sharon's on my team. She's also in both of my Facebook groups. You can see up here, she has 2 tags for both of my groups. I could tag her. She's in the gold digger community. I could tag her all the different ways that she and I met. So you could see it up here. You also, if you use webhooks, that's going to be people that have Zapier and they're super techie. But you can have it where it webhooks,
which you don't have to, but yes.
You definitely don't have to. That is totally optional. But it could get to a place where if they got on your email list, but you haven't connected with them on Facebook yet, it can go back and forth. So that's serious automation, guys. And I'm not that far ahead yet, but that's crazy. And this, you can have unlimited tags, unlimited labels. It's pretty impressive.
That's so incredible. I love that.
When you sleep right here, this is how it happens.
Because I'm not in network marketing anymore, but I know you guys go through this, those that are in direct sales network marketing, or maybe you have a new course launching. When it goes live, you spend all day. Black Friday means like you're in your desk and hopefully somebody walks by your office and feeds you, like it's right. And so whenever you have a new product dropping, maybe there's a sneak peek, an opportunity event, something cool happening, you can go through those labels and say, just these people, message them. And it's literally mimicking you. So it's the same rules. If there's, we can talk more about this for those that come inside and do this with us. There's limits on number of people you can message and things like that. Yeah, it's normal Facebook. But the cool thing is, we're going to be varying up those messages so that way it does in the speed, you can schedule all of that. So it's going to be slow and steady, because that's how you win the race when it comes to Facebook jail. And knock on wood, I've been using it for solidly, consistently a week and a half, well, about 2 weeks. And you guys, every single post I've done, which I'll show you guys in a second, all of it's been set up with automation, and I haven't been in Facebook jail at all. So if you guys see the volume that we put out, it's insane, and we haven't had any problems. So it's really, again, we can talk more about that when you guys come in. Yeah, we'll go over the pricing in a second as well. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about friend requesting. Whenever I look at students' accounts, I'm always like, you don't have enough people. You're looking literally with the same people seeing your stuff all the time. And I know a lot of you struggle with that. You're like, I'm not growing fast enough. Let's talk about how we can build up the friends list and be specific with keywords on friending new people. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So there's also, we talked about the disconnector earlier, right? Which is getting got to go by. Like you're not engaging. Your violation of not engaging. Actually, you talked about your husband. I made a meme of my husband, and it said the day I did the disconnector, I was like, in violation of not engaging. Like should be not keeping. And that was one of the most engaging posts I had, by the way. But there's something called the connector. So the connector allows you to connect, do direct reach outs. You would set it. So like we said, with messages, we'll give you some information on like what our recommendations are, because you don't want it to send out a message every 2 seconds. Like you do want it to be split up. But you can go into Facebook groups that your ideal avatar is in. I know my avatar's in this group and I want to connect with everybody in this group. You can run it on ads. So if there's someone in your industry, like if you're in health and wellness, you want to go to one of Weight Watchers ads and just boom, go straight to your client. It will send them a friend request and it will send them a direct message. So you can set the messages up, like we said, to interchange so that you can avoid, we want to mimic humanization as much as possible, but saying like, hey, I see that we have a lot of mutual friends. We're both in a health and wellness group. I do XYZ. Is that something you'd be interested in? Going straight to that person. And that is running in the background for me while I'm working on other activities. So I connect with 25 to 30 people per day. I do a very conservative number because I have been in Facebook jail 100 times and I don't Facebook. So 25 to 30 people a day, you're not connecting with 25 to 30 people a day manually, and neither are your VAs. And I hate to tell you that, but they're just, you can't, you spend so much time looking for those people. You can't do that manually. So setting it and letting it run while you're doing other activities is huge. And there's just so many things it can do. Like we said, but you can actually go to an ad. People are on an ad, a huge ad of some big creator that's like, I want to lose 5 pounds. And all these people in their comments going, me. And you're just going to go, boom, right to those people. Yep. You can also set it up with keywords. So if you're looking in a group to connect with people with a certain keyword in their bio, or you can tell a negative keywords, like I don't want to connect with anybody that's got this word in their bio, or whatever. Maybe you don't want to connect with people in the same network marketing company as you. So maybe you put that company name as a negative keyword so it doesn't message people in the same company as you, because a lot of those people have it all over their page, right? So there are so many possibilities, but it's going to friend request for you and it's going to send DMs for you. And
which is so cool. And you don't have to. So the way I set it up is, because someone said, people don't like it when you DM their members. When you go into a group and you want to connect, so women helping women entrepreneurs, pretty much everybody in there is my avatar. Right. But I can set it up only friend request them if they have CEO in their bio. Like I can tell it to be specific.
Yeah.
You can set it up where it doesn't DM them, but you only want to do this in groups you're already actively in. You don't want to just go in and start friending people.
Right.
So make sure you're present, make sure people recognize you, you're contributing to the conversation, which we teach this inside of 6-Figure Breakthrough. I was just looking at the curriculum actually over the weekend and I was like, this is so good, but you can come into any group and warm it up pretty quickly. You don't want anyone going, this weird girl's message, and if you do it the right way and really like use social media the right way, you won't have any problems.
Well, and I do it for if we have mutual friends. So, we have mutual friends, we're in the same social circles. And then, like I said, ads. If people are on an ad,
That's brilliant. I was just looking at the groups. Oh, the other one that we want to mention with this too. How many of you know your ideal avatar? You're like, that's it, that's them. You can go to their friends list.
Yeah.
And you can set it up to run off of a friend's friend. And that way you're like, perfect. This, like you said, circles. What circles? Social circles. It's power of proximity. If you know someone that their friends are like them, you probably want to friend request them, right? And it's great because you're going to see more and more mutual connections.
Right.
So the likelihood of them accepting will go through the roof.
Sure. 100%. 100%. And they're more likely to see the message. Whereas if you're just DMing people that you're not friend requesting, it's going to go in their spam or their message request folder, and they may or may not see it.
Yeah. And when you are friend requesting, if you don't want to send a message, you want to wait until they accept, you can do that as well, which is what I do. It's totally up to you. Speaking of messaging people, so the last week we're in spring break and we were in Angel Fire. We have a place in the mountains and it's my vacation time, right? So what I was able to do is normally I handle all of our my personal profile. I handle all those comments because that's just like my place. And it's a lot of commenting and replying, and which is a blessing. I'm grateful for it. And it's just a lot. So especially if I'm putting something out there, inviting people to something, and then I have to tag them all. And, so what I did is I used this, my Go Cards. I used it to automate all of the comments on my post all last week. And then anything that people wanted, I set it up to DM them. So I had multiple things I was promoting last week because we have a lot of things going on right now. And I want you to think about, if you put a post up, if you could set it up to be replying to all those comments, if you're at work, if you're on calls all day, if you're going to be with your kids, maybe you homeschool, how nice would it be just to make sure that the person got a reply from you? It could just be something like, hey, awesome, something easy. Because a lot of us, we're not doing that and we're posting, but we're not actually engaging or building a relationship because we're not even replying back to people. So we don't want to miss that piece. And then the DM part, you can set it up to automatically DM people when they reply to your post, which is what we're going to do with this one. So just so you know. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So did you want to add anything to that?
No, I mean, I think that was incredible. And, it's kind of funny because I actually tested it as well. And I let the comments build up for 2 days. And then I came back after 2 days and it brought that post all the way back to the beginning. So we could going for a very, very, very long time that way. And it's automated. So imagine you're on vacation and it's just doing it, right? Yeah. And you've scheduled this post already in the scheduler. Like you could all done. So you have no excuse to not get your DMO done with a tool like this because you can sign up for the whole week.
Yeah. And the other one, and we'll talk about next steps in a second. The other one that I knew was going to get your guys' attention because it's on your DMO. And I do think if you're still building and you don't have a lot of leads coming in on autopilot or a lot of sales, there is a place for this. So I do recommend this. And we literally just had somebody get our first client this way in Ignited Life Coaching, birthday messages. But what we want to do is we want to send them out. I recommend the day before or a couple days before, because if you do it on day of, they get so many, or maybe the day after if you want to, but you can set this up to send a birthday message automatically. Like it just does it every day for you. And you can set it up to do a follow-up message as well. So maybe the day before you're like, hey, wishing you a happy birthday. Are you doing anything fun? And then 5 days later, you can be like, what did you end up doing? How was your birthday? And you can obviously engage from there. So I think that piece alone for a lot of you, you're probably like, what? Right? Because it's such a tedious thing.
Yes. And like she said, the follow-up is really cool too, because you can just follow up with a question to keep that conversation going. And I think that's where I failed in birthday messages for a long time, because I was like, just like, happy birthday, here's a freebie from me. And there was no conversation. They were like, thumbs up, right? So having a strategic plan and then allowing this to execute it for you is important.
Oh, absolutely. And I know you can
send a video or just a text. You can send, I'm pretty certain, I know that that trained me sent them to a video. So he had a video like on Vimeo.
Okay.
So include a link in there or something like that.
Oh, for sure. And as far as, what would be a great way to personalize it, like Roxanne said, is a picture. Yeah. Just a picture of you. I think that's a great idea. And you guys, seriously. What other platforms are coming next? You've gotten wind of this. So what other platforms can we see some automation on?
So from what I've been told, and I don't have any dates, but I want you to know that this tool is continuing to grow. So It's important to get in now, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll talk about that in a second. They're continuing to grow LinkedIn. I learned a lot about LinkedIn on Thursday of last week, but it is even more advanced than Facebook on its like telling if you're a robot or not. So they really have to make it very, very humanized, but they're going to continue to release things for LinkedIn. So if you're looking for business builders, if you're looking to grow, your coaching biz, that is the place to be. I heard TikTok's coming. I heard Instagram's coming.
Oh, praise God, hallelujah.
Yeah. I mean, the possibilities would be, endless when it comes to having all three of those core platforms with this tool for sure.
Oh, that would be so amazing. I love that. So what we wanted to share with you guys today, we do want to recommend that you jump on this right now. And this is why. So if you are enrolling with me and you want to get in and do this, just drop hashtag auto. You have to put the hashtag in. I will DM you at some point today when I hook up the software to run. I'll do that right after this. I'll send you a DM and you can enroll with my link. If Elise invited you or somebody else in our community, please either tag them, use the @ symbol and tag them and say, hey, I'd like to enroll. Okay. Or DM them and say, hey, I'd love to enroll. They will have a referral link for you. You will also be able to get a referral link. So if any of you have other entrepreneurs in your space, please sign up so you can get the referral link and share it out. My goal is always to have my software, my tools like this. My goal is to have them paid for every month by referrals. Okay. This tool is probably over the next year going to 10x in price. Why? Because it does all of these different things that you normally are paying for with this tool and this tool and this tool. It really is an all-in-one for automation. And myself and Elise can both attest to this. Since we enrolled, the price has gone up significantly. Yeah. So you got to get in now because you'll be locked into that price.
Yep. It's already gone up over 20% since I've been in. Wow. And that's just because, Kimberly's got a huge audience. I got a lot of ladies that are in this got a huge audience. And the more people that want it, we all know demand, the price goes up.
Yes.
But once you're in, you're locked in.
Yes, so which is great.
Huge. Yeah. Get in now. Don't wait. Don't wait at all because you're going to regret it for sure.
Yeah. Don't wait. And then also let's talk about the trial that they have if you're a VA or you're depending on the price. Okay. So there's two ways you always want to look at an investment. If you're purchasing coaching, that's an investment in yourself. Okay. So that's not an expense. It's investing yourself. Same thing with like advertising. You're going to get an ROI. With something like this, you want to ask yourself for the fees, and there's different packages, and I'm going to have Elise share with you what she recommends. With the fees for this, I want you to ask yourself, how much would I have to pay somebody else to do those things, such as a VA? Am I really going to do it myself? So if you're not going to pay a VA, ask yourself if you're going to do it yourself. And this is literally how, when I was doing the math on it, I'm like, this is literally a no-brainer. And let's just say you put some automation into place. Ask yourself, do you think you could make that money back with at least one new customer, one new business builder, a client? Absolutely. I would be shocked if you didn't. It would mean that you just never logged in. They also have a 30-day trial because they're that confident that you're going to come in and love it. And it's unbelievable what it can do. So there is a no risk option. You come in and you can try it out and see if you're actually going to use it or not, which we have a bonus for you. So everybody who enrolls in the next 48 hours, We'll have this up in here. And if you're on YouTube, you can see the link in the description. Anybody in our community, so you have to be in the Goal Digger community, anyone who enrolls in our community, we are going to give you a course that I put together. And I have a couple of, Elise will be in there. I've got a couple of guest trainers in there. What we're doing for you, and it's already been built out, is we have a very short tutorial on each feature, because I know your first question right now is, am I going to be able to learn this stuff? Is this too techy? And it's not. I literally just watched a video, taught myself, boom, did it, and it was up and running. And I'm not techie. So we actually have a course for you guys that's free for being in our community when you enroll in one of these packages. So, and it does not discern between female and male, but you can use different keywords to slim down who you're actually targeting. So Elise, can you share with them what packages you recommend that they take a look at?
So I recommend that you get the platinum package because of the trial. Right? So when you get the trial, you get the platinum package, you're able to test everything, every tool the company has. Then at your 30-day mark, once the trial's up, if you're like, hey, I only use these tools or only use these tools, or you have questions, the company has a great service as well. Like there's a Facebook group, there's chats, but Kimberly has offered this above and beyond, when it comes to a course, because we want you to get it up and running, right? We know how many people buy a course, or you buy a course, you buy software and you let it sit in your email for a month, and they're like, oh no, you don't realize it until it comes again to pay. So get the platinum package, so that you can test everything. You can get it all set up. That gives you a month to set it up confidently. And then by then you should have no problem making your money back immediately. And as someone who runs an agency, who runs other people's accounts, like, my VAs are using this tool for me. So they're able to double their efficiency by using it. You can also use it for your clients. So as a VA, so that's important. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we have a lot of VAs that come in our programs, and their biggest struggle, and because you went through this end of last year, is there's only so much of you. There's only so much bandwidth. So you get maxed out on clients, or you have to raise your prices. Well, this can create efficiency with what you're doing, but you're still able to charge that client for the work that's being done. So you can actually give yourself a raise by doing this, and potentially take on more clients too.
100%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's really cool. Okay. So to remind you guys, just put #auto in the comments if you need the link for it, or click the description box if you're watching this replay on YouTube. We're going to email this out as well. And please, if somebody else invited you to this, please get back with them, because you want to thank them for telling you about this, or you wouldn't have known. Let them know, hey, I'd like to sign up. It's called My Go Cards. Don't go straight to the website. We want to make sure you go through somebody who referred you. Okay. And then what I want you to do is, as soon as you enroll, if you are in our community, I want you to ask the person who invited you, just say, hey, I'd like to get in the chat. We have a chat that we put together for all of our Goal Diggers. And then we can also get you the free link to get into the course, the Teachable course that we put together. And then you can just start going through the videos. And literally, even if you just got one tool up and running, which would take you, the videos are like 5 minutes. They're so short. If you got one up before you went to bed tonight, that would be success. And you'd already start to get the automation in place and start freeing up time, saving just headaches, and really starting to feel like you're actually working this business, instead of feeling like that, oh, I really should do that. Oh man, I'm not doing that. Let's stop beating ourselves up. Let's utilize these tools that are out here. And again, you guys, I'm confident they're going to keep increasing the prices, because they're going to see like, oh my gosh, this really is special and different. And people are jumping on board.
100%. And I'll just say too, Kimberly already mentioned there's an affiliate piece to this too. Yeah. So if you are someone that's looking for multiple streams of income, and you sign up today, you would not only have Kimberly's support with this course to teach you how to use it, but then also teach you how to teach other people how to use it and make money doing it. So this could be another piece of income for you. And not only could it pay for itself, mine pays for itself every month because I've shown it to that many people. I use this tool to reach people, to show this tool, like literally, like that's what's happening here, but it's also made me, it's another stream of income for me as well. And it could be the same way for you. And it's huge. We all preach multiple streams of income, and this continue to blow up. So you want to be in it now and be the first person on your friends list giving all the details to all the other entrepreneurs on your friends list. So that's
brilliant.
the emergency
And
there.
too, I was always such a fan of multiple streams of income for my team when I was in network marketing, because there's going to be ebbs and flows. You guys, you don't want to, jump around a million companies because there's ebbs and flows. You want to say, okay, let me keep this stream going and let me add something else. And you might find out that you fall in love with this. It's easy for you to share. People ask you about it. I did a post on my wall and there were 700 comments. And sorry if you guys were one of them. I couldn't get back to all of you. I was like, abort. Like but why I mentioned that, 700 people said, I want automation. If you guys don't think people want automation, it's not going out of style. People are looking for efficiency, saving time, saving money. This is the way to go.
Yeah, 100%. And someone asked if this was good for coaching business. This is good for any business, guys, because you can customize your messages. So I talked in the beginning of the video, but I have multiple streams of income, and I have a different message for each one of those businesses. I'm going to send a different message to someone that I'm connecting with about my network marketing company than I would for someone that I'm connecting with about this tool. So that's what's really cool, is this is for anybody.
Yes.
I've got, I was talking about this with a local client that I do their social media. That's a dance studio, and was like, can you imagine going in the moms groups, and local moms groups, and messaging all of them and saying, hey, by the way, dance registration's open, and like just letting it set it and forget it, like, hey, you get $10 off a session if you see this message. Like, I mean, it's like marketing, passive marketing, which is it's active marketing. Passively done. It's insane. Insane. So,
and we're going to be talking more about that too, and you probably noticed this too, Elise, is people are really looking for ways for passive income. Mm-hmm. It's still active, unless you have, an investment or something. Passive income, there's still things you're doing, like residual income, network marketing. You're still doing things. But what we want to do is spend more time in our zone of genius. Can you guys see how excited I am about this? Because this allowed me to actually tap into something else that I love. And I discovered that there's something that I want to develop and create. I'm going to start working on. That's why God put me on this earth, is to create content and courses and help people, not to be tagging and DMing and friend requesting. So let's get you back into your zone of genius so you can really shine and thrive and like make some freaking money. And then let these tools do the work for you. So that way you can really spend the time where you should be spending the time. I know it's so awesome.
And it's paid for itself, y'all, just for me to be able to step away on weekends, just for me, the 4 weekends a month to like set my post, set the connector, set all these things up to run. And then I walk out of my office and my kid's having me back on weekends. It's paid for itself. Like,
it makes me so happy.
And I mean, it really has paid for itself, but like, just think about it that way as well, as like, how much time freedom are you going to get back? And with the trial, you can make that decision. You can make that determination. So
yeah, absolutely. And the reason why we're spending so much time on getting you to get your mind around it is because we want you to think like business owners and entrepreneurs and start looking at these tools as, oh, that's going to help me make more money, instead of looking at an expense. So if you look at it, you're like, oh my gosh, you're looking at this all wrong. And we've got some structural and foundational things we need to improve in your business. Okay. And that's why we wanted to do this training, because we care about you guys. We want to give you the tools as soon as we find out about them. And that's both of us. This is what we're known for, is like, as soon as we see something, we implement, and then we want to teach it to you guys. So it's just our jam. And we're really excited about this. So you'll see me inside of Teachable, the courses. You'll see Elise. We're going to be participating in the chat to help you guys. We also have Cindy Strong. She's been a student of ours for a few years. I've gotten to know Cindy really well. A lot of you met her at the retreat last year, but Cindy Strong is doing the training. So she'll actually get on a Zoom with you. I don't know if it'll always be like that, but right now, could you imagine being able to have somebody get on a Zoom with you and walk you through it? That's what Cindy does. I mean, where are the praise hands? Praise hands. Yep. We heart you, Cindy Strong.
Like I said, the company has a lot of support as well. So if you are trying to, say you're a network marketing leader, you get in, you see how awesome this tool is, and you want to share it with your team, but you're not 100% confident yet because you've only been in it 2 weeks. The company has resources for you to be able to use to teach people or show people this tool as well, so that you can have that affiliate business building as well. So so know that. Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you guys how many platform software things I've signed up for. I can't even get them to email me back. And we literally have direct access to the owners and the
We're in chat with the developers, right?
Yeah, I mean, and it's not always going to be like that, but this really is the time to get in because it's gonna blow up. But yeah, to have the training and the support and somebody to get on Zoom with you, like that's all we want is someone to hold our hand. And so we'd love to open our arms and invite you guys to come be a part of this with us because we're all about it. We're loving it. And we want you guys to free up your time. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can reach out. We have this on replay inside of this Facebook group. This will also be on YouTube. So if you want to share it with anyone, just add into this group and tag it. Once you get your own link, invite somebody else to watch this and just let them know to get back with you. And that way you can share your link with them and obviously pay it forward. So Elise, thank you for being on.
Of course. So
this is awesome. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. We'll see you soon.